Good morning, everybody. It is June 24th. I hope you all are having a wonderful day. We're going to take a quick look at the NFT market, see what is going to happen as we move into Friday and the weekend, what to keep an eye on. We'll start off with Wicked Craniums, which are holding at 0.31. This price has pretty much moved up from the high point twos, and I expect this floor to hold around there, if not move. There's a lot to buy in the low point threes right now. And, I think if we look back to Board Ape Yacht Club a while ago, we saw this price potential where we had a very low floor and the highs were still very high compared to the low floor before that takeoff. So still feeling very similar to Board Ape Yacht Club. I'll stick with my stance of buy NFTs for the art if you like the art. But these are starting to get that stickiness feeling to me a little bit. Just an opinion. We'll look at Bored Ape Yacht Club off of that. Still in the mid threes. Don't expect much price action here. I think a lot of people bought into the hype as we rolled from the Kennel Club announcement. The floor looking mostly like stringy eyes, closed eyes, sleepy eyes. Any eye that is not fully visible or has something covering it seems to send an ape to the floor. This 3D ape seems underpriced compared to the other ones around it, as well as this one. But the 3.5 to 4 range has definitely apes to be bought. I'm expecting Kennel Club, which is sitting around 1.6 right now. I expect this to have much more volatility as we move closer and closer to 6 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow. Yesterday morning, when I looked at these, I believe we were around like 1.3 on the floor. So definitely a buying opportunity yesterday. Today, I would be a bit more hesitant to gamble on these announcements. If you have one and need liquidity, or you want to put some ETH in the bank, possibly not a bad idea to sell on the floor into that final FOMO hype we'll probably see tomorrow. If you have multiple dogs, sell one, keep some to roll the dice. If you only have one, make that decision. I'm holding on to mine. I'll see what happens and go from there. The pickle floor is still holding at 0.1 to 0.12. Not expecting much on this. However, I believe the announcement is in 2 days on June 26th. I'll confirm that. I'm expecting much more volatility on these as we move closer. The floor does not seem to be too deep to get back to the 0.15, quickly eaten up. We could see 0.2 on these as we head into that announcement. Punk's comic this morning sitting at 0.27, so down from 0.3. So I think this is interesting. I was looking at these this morning. A lot of listings going for under 0.33, which was what we had seen the last week, and holding pretty solid there. I think anything under 0.3 and anything especially under 0.25, if we get there, is an immediate buy. And even these at 0.275, I think are a snag. And this is just because I think there's some FUD in the market. Pug's comic is probably one of the top 3 quality NFT projects that is happening right now in the space. Has probably one of the most skilled and impressive teams in the space as well. G-Funk, Chris Wall, Odious, the Metaverse, the Meta Heroes, as well as the Metaverse components that we're seeing come out. So I think Punk's comic, if there's one that I'm keeping an eye on to purchase for myself and increase my position size on, it is certainly Punk's comic. So worth noting and keeping an eye on as we move into the weekend. Punks are still in the low teens. We saw a couple punks yesterday go for low 13s. I think those were very quickly flipped onto NFTX into the pool. again, everything that we're seeing in the sales side of things, uh, low teens, even some 12s popping up yesterday. So not a bad market if you're a buyer. I think we'll see more of this sell pressure, and it's a buyer's market right now until there's another announcement of, punks will be featured in this, or the market comes back with Ethereum, which likely will pump punks up. So worth keeping note of. The other thing, real quick, before we get into Ethereum and Bitcoin prices and some other things to keep an eye on for the weekend. Yesterday, we recorded a great episode of Steak and Wine, which is my Wednesday wine show where we talk NFTs and meet with a new artist or developer. Yesterday, we met with Jake Osman, a professional photographer who's toured with Kanye West, Travis Scott, and others much alike. And we talked about his journey from being a high school photographer to touring with these guys to then doing some of the coolest photography NFTs that we've seen so far related to his tours. He actually even traded this photo here for a punk, which is his purple hat punk that you'll see him sporting on Twitter. It's worth a listen. We get into so much. We talk about Richard and Manifold a lot. I hope you give it a listen. If not, give Jake a follow. He's a really cool dude. Lots of information to share to everybody and working on some very cool projects. Ethereum. Well, we're still in this 2,000 to 1,900 holding range that I expected us to stay in for the meantime while we sort out direction. I think we'll see consolidation while those Ethereum contracts sit. I believe they expire today. It's either today or Monday. I'm not sure, but I believe it's today. Once those expire, we'll see what happens with the price. But for at least today, I'm not expecting much price movement on Ethereum, sticking between 1,900 and 2,000. Bitcoin following the same price path. We saw it dip down all the way down to 32,600. We're up to 34,000 right now. Not expecting any crazy price movements there. As I said, we're moving into the weekend. The weekends are always interesting. A little bit of volatility. I think, especially with a American holiday coming up in about a week, there's going to be a lot of opportunities for buying. People will be away from the computers. The market might get volatile. I do encourage people to keep an eye on Art Blocks Curated. Definitely one of the most underrated platforms for purchasing art right now. I think they'll be one of the big ones to own in 5 years from now. And I do encourage others to keep looking through Twitter because there's a lot of very skilled artists that are putting things out that don't have that publicity yet. I'm trying to bring more people on and meet more people, but I think when you see lots of people zigging, it doesn't hurt to zag sometimes. So while I see lots of people jumping into craniums and I'm seeing Bored Ape Yacht Club and punks, and we're all very focused in certain areas, I think it's a good time to look and explore and see what is the next step. We went from avatars to generative avatars. What is the next step from there? Is it metaverse? I'm not so sure. I think we're a little early for that. But that is my suggestion to everybody. And that concludes this morning's show of Morning Mint. I hope this was helpful and I shared some value information with everybody. I will see you tomorrow and hope you have a great day.